Hey there. Ever since I was a kid, one of my favorite things to do was walk around boat yards. When I was young, my father had gotten a Pearson 28, and we kept the boat on the eastern end of Long Island in Greenport. And I was left to my own devices most of the time. I was too young to be trusted to work on the boat, other than in menial capacities. So I would walk around the yard a lot and just look at boats. And this is back in the day when they actually had showrooms for boats. I think it was called the Pierce Yacht Basin in Greenport. And I would avail myself the opportunity to hop on, climb the ladders, hop on some of the showroom boats that they had. Obviously, a lot of Pearsons back then, but it was fun. And I just love walking around boat yards, and I still like doing that here at Herrington North. Not many better places to do it for the sheer size and variety, size of the yard and variety of boats that are here. But one of the things that always strikes me is how many boats are here, and they never seem to go anywhere. It's sort of a lot of broken dreams. Maybe you can only walk around and imagine that people bought boats with the best of intentions. They start working on them, and then for whatever reason they sit neglected, never to perhaps be worked on again by that owner, and then subsequently resold, or in some cases even repossessed by the yard. A lot of those boats get stashed in the back eventually. They end up just sitting and rotting. You can see in some cases where owners have started working on the boats, and then maybe where they've stopped midstream. You see by the shape of the boats themselves, the canvas, the canvas starts to get rotted and green, or you start to get growth on the boats and they get discolored. But every once in a while you run up on one that the owner's got some fortitude, and he's got his dream and he's working towards it diligently, and eventually those guys get their boats in the water and they go off and they do their thing. And that's really what it's about. You have to have that vision. You have to keep true to it and work towards it each and every day, whether it's just taking some time to think about what you're doing, to plan things out, to read up on systems and look at videos on how other people are doing things with a similar platform. But you got to keep the dream alive. Otherwise, it's just going to go by the wayside. This boat, I think, is a Baltic 60-something, CNC 60, whatever it is. It's a big boat. It's been sitting here for years without a mainmast. I'm sure there's a story. Every boat's got a story. I'm sure this guy has big dreams. I think that may be his car right there. But it's a really cool boat. That's a boat for going places anywhere, obviously, if you can find a mast and eventually get the boat in the water. A lot of times you sort of project onto the boats your own dreams, what you might do with a certain boat, where you might go, what work you might do on it. But one thing that struck me as I was walking around is that you can't bite off more than you can chew, either financially or with your time. Our time is limited on this earth, and especially our good time. The time that we have where we are physically and mentally engaged enough to get the most out of the experiences, to be able to do those things that we want to do. There's only a certain amount of time to do that. So if you buy into a dream, a boat, and it's just ultimately not a realistic endeavor, you're probably going to find yourself like some of these guys. You're probably working on the boat forever, and then circumstances change, and if you find that you're not putting in the time that's required to finish the project, and then you're at best selling for a loss. At worst, you're leaving the boat, and maybe it finds a new owner. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it finds the back end of a big rotary saw. I don't know. But there's a lot of boats like that here. There's also a lot of fine examples of boats that have lived good lives. Their owners have enjoyed them. They've passed them on, and then they've had great second, third lives. Here's a beautiful, looks like a Passport 40. I think this boat was on the market. I don't know if it sold. If it did, I hope it sold real cheap. But this is a perfect example of a boat that has a lot of potential. If it's salvageable, if you're not just throwing time and money at something that ultimately is going to be too difficult, or if the problems with it aren't insurmountable. But yeah, this is a great cruising platform for a couple to go basically anywhere. Good seaworthy, fairly quick boat, well designed. You get a lot of that around here. A lot of Perry boats, by the way, in this yard. There's another Passport 40 there. There's a Saga 43 over there somewhere, as well as a Nordic 44. Anyway, I just thought I'd document my thoughts as I walk through the yard. I often do. I really enjoy it. Just now, it's getting towards, it's in the middle of October, so boats are starting to come out more, and this lot will eventually be completely full. Actually, the entire Herrington Harbor North grounds will be completely full, and that's cool too. It's a great yard. I enjoy being here, living on my boat for several months a year. And on a day like today, it's nice to walk around and look at what's out there, look at all the different shapes and designs, and think about what people might be doing with them. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, some of my thoughts. Hope that one day, my goal is to get something a little bigger and a little more capable. Still, I think to myself that I like the fact that my Tartan 37, same as this boat right here, is comfortable and seaworthy, and it's very well outfitted now. A boat owner, you're always thinking about your next adventure and your next boat, and I certainly fall victim to that same affliction. We're always thinking about those things. Meanwhile, trying to also keep our boats running, hopefully, and keep going out on the water, keep enjoying the experience, because that's ultimately why you do this to begin with, is for those experiences. That's what you're buying. You're buying experiences. So that's it from Herrington Harbor North. If you have any comments, let me know. Otherwise, hope you continue to live your dreams, hopefully on the water.